on here. So, like I was saying, so the only real big technique concept that we wanted to emphasize is not seesawing, just like kind of never going. And yeah, totally. So that's otherwise we're just talking about a bunch of subtleties. He starts off the tune, he goes, so we're C sharp major, Yonder wall, blues. So he plays some outside scale. Here I go. It wouldn't sound good to just chill on that. He's like, here I go. So there we've got our first bend, a regular articulated bend. There's phrasing 1. And then he goes, excuse me. Let's hear him. Yeah, my bad, it's a pre-bend. And there we need that one to sound like 2 notes, so it can't be. It's so boom. This meaning. Anyway, there you go. So and then he strikes, so you get a little break there. Anyway, cool. So we've just gone. Dip, dum dum. And then he does that tight thing that you can just start doing all the time, especially like people who play jazz. I'm like, hey, just start doing that. All of a sudden you get all, and your phrasing's all, or that was a shit poor example, but you know what I mean. Cool, man. So then so there's like big part 1, you're just gonna be sick at that before you move on. Then he goes, cool. So we get a, or that same note, but he's bending it far, and then he hops up to blues box 2 and goes, yeah, just, and there we need it to be distinctive movements, not a slurred bend that goes wee da boom, but dee da boom, like that. Cool. So there's section. Get good up to there. Especially if we're doing this no tab thing, the approach I want you to be taking to this is like, go back, do the whole thing, go back, add one lick as you go, finish as you go, skip back, so you're sick at this stuff before you even move on to the next thing. No trying it until you're good at the other shit. People are really repetitive, and it'll turn out, riffs 5 and 6, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's just how the most efficient way to do it. Anyway, so then we go. And that's the same 4 notes up here in our blues box too. He's going. And that's cool. So we've got this. That's pretty much the interesting part. There we go. So he goes. There we go. And then he does some vibrato on the end of that. And then he's about to go. And there's that index bend I'm talking about in blues box 2, where we should just bend the hell out of our index in there, because it makes sense, because it's like, it's that same note we're always bending here, so it's, you can get all kinds of horn playery, crazy trombone type phrasings if you start doing both of them and whatever. Just do that a lot, really fun. And yeah, that's kind of like the thing you're trying to do this week. What we talked about is just be really legato, like nice lyrical, liquidy phrasings, not choppy at all. So there's this. And then he's done with my blues box 2 stuff. So section right there, you're sick and good at everything up to here before you've moved on. And now he goes back to the main box and he goes, so first he gives us like a break. And this is a spot where you'll probably be definitely inclined to use your pinky. And if it was just like, if the whole phrasing went like that, I would say go ahead and use your pinky. What's more in this phrasing, which is like, there wouldn't be a downside to using your pinky, but I want you to use your ring finger, because what we're trying to do is free up this other type of thinking where you're always looking for spots to bend and stuff, and not pinky bends, but ring bends. Anyway, only like really one time we have to say that, and then it's just going to be implied the rest of the way. Anyway, so there's this. section. Then we get to the 5 chord, and we go. So that's. So just get good at that, even though it seems like an unreasonably small section. Because right after that is something that we're really going to need to key on, which is the pre-bend, where you're going to strike one time, and it's going to be necessary that you do make 3 distinct movements, and that your index is chilling there the whole time. So, and while we're at it, then he goes. So it's. And so putting those, so just stop work on that, and then don't worry about rhythm. Cool. The first thing we did was, is that me? Anyway, so there we go. So we had, and that's one that, that's the one during the lesson where I was like, I put it at fast a lot, and it sounds really close to like, you know, into your type stuff. Cool. So then he goes. So there we're going. And there we go. And then he does some kind of. So the whole trip this week is making it sound like him. Put on comparable fuzz and don't settle for playing it like Lucien. You're seriously trying. I mean, you personally literally get what's making it sound like, you know, when he's doing these bends different, the amount of vibrato you're hearing in it, so you just have to like force yourself to do it, and that's why we're here having guitar lessons. So yeah, really make it sound like the way he does it, even if then ultimately the goal is to make it the phrasing your own or whatever. Anyway, you've been guitar lessons. Pin your index finger, do that thing where you go, this is 3 notes, or this is 4 notes, or, you know, 4 total. Cool, man, awesome. So let me do this.